All right, guys. I think you've seen a lot of my Ranger LS. More of the same. This is another meta that I've been playing. Blood Mage. I kind of really like this build because it's just amazing with one-shotting bosses, but it's a complete drag to do mapping because you literally don't have any movement speed nodes. I'm at level 94, so I mean at 96 I'll probably be able to kind of move around and get some movement speed, but unlike my ranger, this is definitely a lot more movement speed. Not movement speed friendly because it's just a lot of bleeds that we have to go into, a lot of crit nodes, and the pathing is not like ranger where you can grab up like 8% here and 3% here because you're really not using evasion. So I'm not using this character to pretty much map. I'm mapping with my Ranger LS. It's just the best mapping character, and I'm turning him to ready. Well, so here's pretty much the build. Nothing I came up with. I saw a couple builds online, made a little bit of adjustments. Just taking these notes here. You definitely want to take this for the spell blade because we're running Crown of Eyes to turn the damage and reductions for spell to apply to attacks. And then we do have the passive that our bleeds contributes to elemental damage contribute to bleed. So a lot of like flat damage, elemental damage is good on the rings and stuff like that. I'm still using this. Definitely could probably upgrade to like a +3 melee for my rake and blood hunt, but I'm one-shotting Zest, well, two-shotting Zest, but anyway, executing him. Allows me to kind of my res is pretty good here. That's why I'm able to do more magnitude here on the gloves and cooldown reduction on the boots. Because I can probably put chaos res here, but 14% chaos res compared to 10% reduction. I'm not looking for a long fight. I mean, unless I'm fighting King of the Mist, but definitely extra charges on the flask because we are using ambrosia. This is very important. I got really lucky with this. I bought this for like 10 divs at a 10% and then just corrupted it to make it 12%. And it's actually the highest corrupted this can do. This will turn, your 12% damage for every 100% life. That's why we're trying to get as much life as possible. Try to boost as much of this as possible. I turn all just enough dex for my requirements, but there's no int nodes. It's either dex 3205, so I can have my level 21 LS, and everything else, even this, I'll probably turn into strength, so give me more health. My chest is like ES chest, probably could be better, but I like the 55 spirit and the fire res here. That will in turn give me 634 health, and that's why my health pool is 278. And then we also have the overflow from our passive right here. I think, yep, one of those. I can't. Blood remnant, life remnant here. Yeah, it overflows, so kind of double this, and that will in turn give us our damage. So let's go ahead and I've been doing a few resists. Like I say, I only use this character for bossing. So I'm not gonna talk too long here. I'm make sure you guys already seen plenty of this build online. So if you are the type that likes to play one character, that's fine. I like to play different, like one for bossing, one for mapping. Ever since they nerfed Sorks, you see how slow she is. It's just really bad for mapping. Like I'm not mapping like this. You know what I mean? It's just slow. I'm sure I can tweak it to make it faster, but like I said, I don't like keep changing up the builds. So I keep the builds the same way, and then I just go mapping or bossing, whichever way I like. But yeah, it's pretty good damage with LS. Look at that speed, though. I mean, you're not using LS on the boss, so only Zest, it takes you a while to get there. I mean, if you're doing Arbiter, it's not gonna take you that long. Or King of the Mist, Zeroth, I'm definitely gonna use my Ranger for that. I mean, I don't see any point of doing that boss, Zeroth, unless you're like farming against the Darkness Diamonds, but I feel like they made Jules a lot weaker this time around, so other than Ascendancies, I don't see any reason why to put myself through Sekima. I mean, in the future, I would probably want to make a version of this where it's a lot faster. I'd probably need better gear. Maybe I don't even know, man. The only thing I can probably increase my movement speed, my boots by 5%, get a 35%. Other than that, I don't see where I'm gonna even get movement speed. A health chest, maybe? Yes, health chest. Or a pure health chest with movement speed? I don't know. But we'll see. So this build is pretty standard. You're gonna just rake, let it bleed, and expire it with Blood Hunt. Whatever. Okay, so you see here we're at Overflow. We're at 5,500. We got Infernal Cry with second win. That means I'm gonna do it twice. Once to gain my rage, another one to take the debuff, increase my damage. I have Disengage here, apply shock. It lets me do 20% more damage on Zest when I use Blood Hunt him. Pretty simple combo. And just disengage. Oh. I think I was a little too close to him, or I didn't crit. But yeah, pretty much. Usually I just one-shot him when I do the whatever, but yay! Thanks, S. Another amulet. How nice. Yeah. Sometimes I gotta go tab and see some of the stuff. Some of the stuff's actually pretty, like, it sells pretty good. Because, you know, our loot filter just negates everything, but there are people that use these melee weapons. Any tier 5s. Like that, right there. Like, it's +6 to all level skills. If I can just hit that with a fracture and then delete all the other stats, it's a level 84 item level. I can make some good dibs on that. Oh. T9 and T6 with Dex. Anywho, that's crazy. It's just double stat. Not that I need stat. Belts? Lazily? Wow. Not bad. Anyways. So yeah, that's pretty much the Blood Mage. I mean, I think maybe I'll do this again. Show you guys the actual one shot. Let's see. We're gonna do this again because I'm not satisfied with what that happened there. If you guys want to stay for the rest of the video, I'm gonna do that again. Like, I'm not using my 21% is on my Ranger, so I'm like 94%. I'm not completely crit cap, which just I'm a hoarder. Just so you guys know, don't look at my stash. All right, let's just do it again. We got one more Breach Stone left. All right, then we'll do this again. Oh my god. Look at what I'm a blood mage that's blind. A blind mage. It's pretty tanky class if you think about it. Just the amount of life you get from the blood remnant is insane. When you kill something, look at my life. That's why you don't really need ES in this class. Wind Dancer with like a lot of offensive support nodes. They touch you, they kind of explode. It's hard to get one-shotted. I wish I had more mobility. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's see, I've been lazy to level her. I think 96 is kind of the sweet spot. Like, it's just so hard to level past 96. I'd rather roll another character and play a different meta than try to level to 96 and get one extra passive point. Like, the time it takes you to level to 96, you could probably level a whole new character. That's the crazy thing about it. I mean, not a lot of time invested in these characters. Like, I made this in one day, got her to end game throughout the acts in one day, and just put on Tangled Tongue and ran maps, leech a couple maps, and yeah, hit the 90s and started finalizing the build. I mean, the build itself is pretty cheap. Crown of Eyes is pretty cheap. It's getting the offhand. Offhand is the most expensive one. You don't need that one. There's the one that has scales with spirit, so you definitely could use that one instead. I feel like I was too close to him. That's why I didn't get my range buff for my damage. I think this is a... I want to make sure he gets hit with Infernal Cry. I feel like I hit Infernal Cry too early. There you go. And that's usually that was supposed to happen right there. I think earlier I might have been too close to him. But yeah. Oh wow, another amulet. Thank you so much, Zess. Such worth it. But one of these things, these when they drop these boots, the boots are always more likely gonna be 35 or 30%, which I appreciate. Yeah. God, I don't even have any EX right now. Life, yes. All the rolls already there. Too bad this reduce is not. Increase ES like this. I haven't had a good roll in a wand in so long. Wands are just so bad. This later. Let's see what we got in here. Sleek boots. Screw this. Yeah. Anyways, yep. So that's it. Without further ado, great drops. Actually, I actually get pretty good drop off Zest. I've had like a bunch of these massive ones. I'm probably gonna corrupt it, see if I can lower that chaos resist. I mean, this would be great for. I got a bunch of these. Ooh, I don't know why I had this on. All right, so that's it for this video on my Blood Mage, and don't POB really. Pretty standard, guys. Grab Spellblade, crit nodes. This cluster here, you can probably sacrifice this. I've even tried moving all the way here to get jackpot trades, but I feel, and I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit more comfortable when it comes to one-shotting. I feel like jackpot trades is definitely more. You can do more with that because it gives you a lot more attributes if you're attribute starved. But other than that, yeah, I mean, pretty standard. You don't really need all these nodes because you're not really using the spear as much. That's why it's so excruciating. These nodes for sure. Bleed elements. Don't kind of really need this. But 30% increased magnitude of non-damaging elements you increase with hits. I might if I was crit cap, I probably won't even take these nodes, to be honest with you. It's just this is for the crit. Yeah. In the future I'll probably remove this, go for jack of all trades. But I'll have to get my other spear. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in another video. I am working on my LS Stranger. I'm trying to get him to 250 rarity and able to run all maps and kill map bosses. That'll be fun because he's super fast and it's super enjoyable to move around. I'll post more videos. Thanks, guys. See you later. Oh, yeah, of course. Resolute technique. Have it from nothing. Pick up these two for more crit. And my amulet is going to be Storm Charge. And that's it.